Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. I'm Mara, and I thank you so much for taking the time to stop by. Stop by the garden this evening. Yes, it's almost 4 p.m. And in today's video, today's live, I should say, I'm going to be gardening with chicken manure. So we're going to talk about chicken manure, how it's used, and what you have to do before you can use the raw material. So as you come in, please remember to give a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that. It's free, you know. Did you know that? Yeah, all of that is free. Subscribe, thumbs up, share it, leave a comment. Those are free. So go ahead. Yeah. So let me show you. I'm going to be in the raised beds today. And that's where I'm going to be amending the soil with the chicken manure. And this is what it looks like. Just like soil. That's what it looks like. But it takes a while before it gets to that stage. And we're going to talk about what needs to be done to get it to this stage. So as I'm in the garden, I'm going to be trimming or pruning, weeding, and adding the chicken manure. All right? So stay with me, will you? Well, I'm in this bed. We have amaranth and pineapple, but we need to do some work in here, you know. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday afternoon, November 25th, 2025, about 4 p.m. And it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit here. What is it like where you are? Thank you for coming. Going to see how much I can get done before the sun sets in an hour and a half. 5:28 to be exact. So when you're using manure, like chicken manure, you need to make sure you have on gloves. And see, I have my mask ready. We'll talk about what makes up chicken manure. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. If you just come in, let me show you what the manure looks like. It is just like soil. And chicken manure is very rich in nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Let me do a little bit of work right here in this bed here. Take out these weeds before we start using the manure. Now you should know that you cannot use manure in its raw state. It needs to be cured or composted. Curing takes about 3 to 4 months. And to do that, you need to add compound rich ingredients like clippings from trees, grass. We have even used kitchen scraps. You can put anything that will break down. It causes the manure to break down quickly. And you can either compost it or cure it. So we did both ways. This has been curing for a long time. Now, it takes 3 to 4 months. However, we had this in the compost bin. Make sure you can see this properly. And if you've been watching me for a while, you would have known that we had a set of bees, honeybees, that commandeered our compost bin and took over the compost bin for about 2.5 months. So we couldn't go in there. But they made a large honeycomb, left it in there. So we got some of that in our compost. Oh, speaking of honeycomb, here's a piece of it. Haha. Here's a piece of the honeycomb. Sankey, stop playing in mud. This is not even mud. This is chicken manure. It looks like mud, huh? But it's chicken manure. Yeah, it's been cured for now more than 6 months. Because as I was saying, the honeybees took over the compost bin and we couldn't go in there. But we got some nice rich soil right here. Let me show you what it looks like. Here it is. Thank you for coming. Remember your thumbs up. Bucket, thank you so much. Welcome. I'm Marva and welcome to our family garden, the Charles Fort Lauderdale garden. Yeah. So as I was saying, you cannot use chicken manure in its raw state. Why? It will burn up your plants. Not only that, it's full of pathogen and it will harbor pests in your garden. You cannot use it like that. If you want to have a garden, make sure it's cured for at least 3 to 4 months, or compost it and add carbon-rich materials in it like clippings, cardboard, and other that will break down quickly. Now, this manure, very good. It's very good for your plants. So I'm just going to, amend the soil, make the soil better by putting it near the roots of the plants. And I'm going to go through the garden today with this. I have 2 containers of compost manure and 2 containers of manure that's been cured. Now, you may be wondering, where did I get chicken manure? Compost? Where are you from? Are you asking me where I'm from, or are you asking me where this garden is? That's 2 different questions right there, 2 different answers. I'm going to assume that you're wondering where this garden is, yeah? So, this garden is in the United States. That's where. Let me throw away this. So we're in the southern part of the United States where the temperature is warm mostly all year round. Right now, it is 80 degrees Fahrenheit. A lovely day. Lovely afternoon in the garden. It's a little bit after 4 p.m. now. So I am putting this in the garden around the plants, and when I'm finished, I'll water it so that it can go down into the roots here. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to be weeding at the same time. See this? Yeah. But this is rich soil right here. Remember me, Steve Gomez. Welcome. Thank you for coming. I hope you've subscribed. And remember your thumbs up too. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So, yeah. So, what I'm doing today, I'm mending the soil with the chicken manure. And this manure is well cured. It's rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Oh yeah, I was about to tell you where I got this soil. Didn't purchase it. And if you have a garden and you know someone who raised chickens, yeah, ask for it. Ask for the chicken manure. But make sure you cure it for at least 90 to 120 days. Or you'll burn up your plants and you'll lose your entire crop. Right? So now what I'm going to do with this little bed right here now is water it. And then move on to the next one. This bed has pineapples and amaranth. Amaranth is also known as callaloo. We also grow pineapples in containers. How is everyone doing? Oh, oh, yes, you already subscribed, Steve. Yes, it was me, Bill Cipher. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes. So now I'm going to move over to this part of the garden. This is another bed of pineapples. And we have also amaranth over there too. I need to clean up that bed a bit. Yeah. Okay. So let's go over here on this side and do some cleaning up, weeding and clean up and amend the soil with the chicken manure. See, let me stop. Watch. You can see down here better. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. Yeah. I'm going to trim, weed, and feed. Meaning I'm feeding the garden with the chicken manure. Take the weeds out or else pest will pest in the garden. Destroy your crop. You know, it is said that the US farmers lose $33 billion a year as a result of pests. So they can cause havoc in your garden. You know, you spend time planting your crops and you spend money on it too, and then you lose it. That's not a that's not a good thing. It doesn't feel good at all when the pests take over. Let me put you on the other end. Thank you for coming. I really do appreciate it. Remember that subscribing and leaving a thumbs up, they're free. It won't cost you a thing. These pineapple plants are dangerous because they have very sharp pricks, spikes on them. All right, so now I'm gonna put my mask back on my face and then use the manure. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. I am amending the soil with chicken manure that is rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and other macronutrients. This chicken manure, let me show you what it looks like if you're just coming in, has been composted for many months now with all sorts of things that breaks down in there, like um, grass clippings, leaves, cardboard, kitchen scraps, anything that breaks down quickly. It helps to break down the pathogens that's in chicken manure. And you want to make sure that there's no pathogen because you as a person can get sick. Sometimes they recall certain foods in the store because they have pathogen on them. It could be the manure that they used when they grew the foods. And that will happen if you do not compost it properly, or you don't let it age long enough. So this has been aging since, it's been composting since February. And the reason it took so long to use it again is because of the honeybees that took over our compost bin. And it's been in there. The honeybees were there for 2 months, 2.5 months. This needs to be cured 3 to 4 months. Always been curing a long time. Yeah. And it's very, very rich. Yeah, see movements and that's what you want to see in your soil. You want to see movements in your soil. All right, I see. I really don't want in the garden, so let me get rid of it. This worm you don't want. Yeah. Good evening, Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming by. All right, now I'm going to water this. We have a lot of places in the garden. Probably about 11 p.m. where you are, Dan. Thank you for coming. It's 4:15 here in the afternoon, about 80 degrees. All right. I think this is good enough. Let's go over on the other side of the garden. I'm going to have to make a trip, make 2 trips. The next stop will be in this bed. We have our kale, broccoli, and mustard green. So I'm going to get the container with the manure. How is it doing? I hope you're doing well. All right. Let's get the net off. At least move back. I'm going to move it back. And I'm going to move you back so you can see even better, even more. Thank you for coming, man. Thank you for your, and thank you for subscribing. Right here are the broccoli. leaves right here. And our mustard greens are in the corner here. Not a lot of it. That I harvested, was it yesterday or the day before? Harvested a lot of greens. Yeah. So now I'm going to amend the soil um, with the chicken manure. Just put it around the oh, if you're just coming in, this is what it looks like. Looks just like dirt. When it's well cured, this is what it looks like. No, I didn't purchase it. I got it from someone who, a family friend who raised chickens. Cover up my face. I forgot. I think I need my bigger spade or shovel. That's what I'm gonna do. Get the big one. I'm welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming by. I'm applying chicken manure to improve the soil on the raised beds. When I'm finished, I'm going to water it so that the manure can go down into the roots and nourish the entire bed. This chicken manure has been um, composted for many months. Let me put this up so you can better. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Heza. Yeah, yes, many months. Thank you so much. And that way, you need to kill the pathogens because you don't want to put it in your garden while it's in its raw stage. It will kill your plants and kill your crops because there are pathogens in it. So you need to fill it up with carbon-rich materials that will kill the pathogens and make it safe for you to use in your garden. Manure that you can use, but you must cure it. Don't use it in its raw stage. And when you cure it, you put water in it and turn it over on a regular basis, which is what we did. We have 2 containers that we cured in the that were 2 containers of curing and 2 containers where we compost. So I'm using the compost one right now. I appreciate you coming by. Please remember your thumbs up. Yeah, nice and ready. Yes, it is. It's really ready. Oh, let me show you close up. And when you see your soil is moving, you know it is rich. That's what it looks like. So I'm spreading it around in the bed, and then I'm going to water it. I can see the broccoli is coming up. Let me show you one of them that is doing that. Take you off the stand. Check this out. Look in here. You see that broccoli? Yeah. The leaves have grown nice and tall, and now the broccoli is coming up. You know, broccoli leaves can be eaten. Yeah, you just steam it like you would cabbage or any other brassicas, and you have a nice tasting set of broccoli leaves. To me, it tastes much like collard greens. Now I'm going to water this. Get the hose. Here we go. They're good greens. Yeah, you're right. Full of antioxidants. So in here we have mustard greens, broccoli, and curly kale. And we have harvested many times from the curly kale and the mustard greens. Waiting for the broccoli to do its thing. right. I think this is enough. Now I'm going to cover this back with the netting. And the netting keeps the pests out. Pests like fruit, white flies, aphids, and even raccoons and stray cats that come by at night. All right, so we're finished with this one. Now I'm going to go to another bed. Let's get this taken care of. All right, so that's done. Now this bed right here is, we have about 3 beds, and they are pineapple plants and okra. So I'm just going to spread the chicken manure. Very nice garden. Thank you, Dan. I'm going to spread the chicken manure here, in here. I have 2 containers. So this is another one right here that I'm going to use, hopefully, to finish up the rest of the beds. Oops. Oh, I hope I didn't hurt your head. Sorry about that. Ah, these things happen, you know. When you're outdoors, yeah, these things happen. I hope you can hear me because I can hear my neighbor doing something. Don't know what it is, but it's pretty loud. All right, so let me spread this here. What I'll do is, as much as possible, I put it at the roots. And if I can get the weeds out, I do that at the same time. Trying to get around these pineapple plants are not easy. Oh, make sure you can see properly. You know what may nice? 11:35 and 1 degree. Ha! By the time we finish here tonight, it'll be 0 degrees, huh? Yeah. Yeah, 0 degree, and I'm up to about 79 right now. 1 degree. I'm at 77-degree difference. It's amazing. This okra plant. Hmm. Let's check these plants. Okay, now I'm going to water this section. All right, let me get you out of the way so you don't hurt your head again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. All right, I think this is enough water right here. Let's get to the other bed. Because before you know it, the sun sets at, the sun sets at 5:28 today. Oh, I see ya. Two nice peppers are ready to be harvested right here. These are habaneros. But we're not harvesting right now. See how much of this I can get done today. All right, gloves back on. Oh, mask first. These okra plants are growing very tall very quickly. All right. I'm going to put some in the habanero plant container as well. Here's weeds. There, look at the big root system. Okay, now it's time to water. Oh, let me get to the habanero. Stir that up too. Let me put you down a bit. Remy, Remy, Remy Mar. Remy Smar? Dan is always here. Yep, Dan is always here, giving support. Thank you. Thank you for coming. All right, I think, oh, I've been neglecting this plant. And guess what I see? White flies. So let me go get my cloves. Yep. Mm. All right, guys. Sorry about that. But this is, for those of you who don't know, this is cloves. And this is what I use in my garden. By the way, Dan is not always here. He just stuck his nose in now and then. Okay. I'm saying he's always here because when I ask him a question, he responds. I guess, I don't expect people to be able to stay around for as long as I'm here. Sometimes that's not possible. So I understand. But let me put some more of this in here. Since we have these white flies here, they may want to stick around here too. So let me put some in the rest of the bed. Since it's so close, especially to the tomato bed right here. We have tomatoes over here and bell peppers. And let me tell you something, white flies love these. So let's prevent them. Let's do the prevention right now. So I'm going to put when I'm finished, I'm going to harvest these two peppers right here. See them? Too lovely. Habaneros. Yeah. I see the white. I don't know how I forgot this plant right here. Forgot to treat it. And now the white flies have settled in. Yeah. Look at the back of the plant. That's where you look. You see, if you keep looking here, you'll see nothing. If you look at the front, the back is where you need to look to see what's going on with your plants. So I'm also going to spray it with some neem oil. Or you know what? In fact, it's right here. So I think I'll do that now. Oh, you know what? I'm missing the spout. The spout is not here on this thing, so I can't really spray it right now. Spout is sitting somewhere, probably looking at me somewhere. Anyway, let's go on with the applying the chicken manure. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you answered the poll question. Did you answer the poll question, folks? And remember, it's free to subscribe and free to give a thumbs up. I'm spreading it out now before I water it. If you're just coming in, welcome. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. I'm Marva, and I thank you for stopping by. I'm spreading chicken manure. I'm mending the soil, improving it. So it has nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Great minerals that the soil needs. Okay, now I'm going to water it. So let me get the hose this and get you this way. Thank you for coming. All right, I'm getting the hose up here. Bring it up so that we have enough. Oh, I need to start up here. Forgot I didn't water up here first. Move you a little bit closer. Can't hear you. When I'm finished with the beds, I'm going to do a few of the trees, like the papaya trees and the mango trees. Here are the mini bell peppers, and this is a tomato plant. All right. Now for the Swiss chard bed, and we have the string beans over here too. So I'm going to finish up the rest of this right here. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your thumbs up. And thank you for subscribing if you have not yet done so. In today's live, I'm applying some chicken manure to the raised beds and some of the trees. Let me get my gloves. This is Swiss chard. Hello, Desna. Good, good evening. Mhm. It's about 10 o'clock where you are, 10 p.m. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm applying some chicken manure to the raised beds. And I'm going to put it at some of the trees, like the papaya trees and the mango trees. So this chicken manure has been curing for a while. Yes, 10 p.m. Okay. Welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oops, I've lost my glasses. Now this chicken manure was in the compost bin for a while, longer than we had intended to have it there, but honeybees took over the... Hello, hello, Marie, farming on the rocks. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by this evening. Yeah, so this chicken manure was in the compost bin much longer than we had intended, because if you've been watching, you know that the honeybees took over our compost bin for 2.5 months. They did their thing. They made honeycomb in there, and hey, they made our soil much richer. Let's say that. So finally, after 2.5 months, they're gone. So now I'm able to go in there and get out this chicken manure to use in the garden. Yeah. So it's been in the compost bin for over 6 months now. About that. Thank you for coming. Trying to see how much I can get done before the sun sets. And the sun is about to set in about half an hour. Yes, thank you so much, Marie. So, trying to do as much as I can. But then again, tomorrow's another day. So let me spread this around and then I water it so that you can get all the phosphorus and the potassium and the nitrogen that it provides for the plants. And I'm going to water it so that it seeps down into the roots. Right here, I had some volunteer. The space that you're looking at was some volunteer tomato plants were there. So we uprooted it, put it in a more appropriate place. So, all right. So now I'm going to water here and then put some over there in the beans bed. That's our beans bed right here. String beans. Yeah. So let me go get the hose now and water this. Or let me put the rest of this in the beans bed. That's what I'll do. The beans bed has a lot of blossoms on it. have another container full of, well, we have 3 more containers of chicken manure, but I'm going to see if I can use up the other one before nightfall. And the papaya trees and the mango. This soil is so rich. Sprinkle the rest in here. All right, time to water. Guys, if you have never been to Farming on the Rocks, go ahead and check her out. It is, as the name says, Farming on the Rocks. She farms in containers on the rocks. Nice garden there in Jamaica. Fortunately for her, there wasn't a lot of damage from the storm because she's in the Kingston area. As I'm watering, I'm kind of washing off the plants as well. You don't want to leave this on your plants, you know? Even though it's been cured, you don't want to leave dirt on your plants because they may still have some pest or something. So yeah. All right, I think this is enough right now. So let's move on. I'm going to cover this back with the... This netting is to keep the pests out. Mostly the aphids, white flies, the raccoons, and the stray cats that come by at nighttime. And the raccoons, if it's not covered, they'll just come in the bed and dig it up. They're not looking for food. They're just doing what they do. Dig, like any other rodents. So let's not give them... So what they do is they just walk around the bed now when it's covered up like this. You just see them walking around. All right, this bed is where we have our lettuce, collard greens, and celery. So now I'm going to go get the other bucket, but this one is empty. Okay. All right, I did some harvesting 2 days ago, a lot of it. So you're not going to see much, especially the lettuce. And the lettuce is kind of finishing now. But I'm telling you, these weeds, they always try to come up looking like the plants you have. See this? Trying to look like the lettuce. It's weed. Trying to mimic the plants. But not going to happen. So now I'm going to apply the manure in this bed. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Trying to as much done before nightfall, much as possible. So let's put the manure in here. Oh, I need to put on my mask. Oh, let me show you what it looks like up close. If you're just coming in, I'll show you what the manure looks like. You can't tell it's manure. It looks just like dirt. Yeah. And when it's cured, that's what it's supposed to look like. I see some color in here too. Volunteer. So I'm putting it at the roots. Well, somebody's about to cut their lawn. Trying to race the daylight. In a race for the daylight. Thank you for coming. Now I'm going to water it. All right, now I'm going to cover it back with the net. All right, now for the next bed. This is tomatoes over here. And yesterday I planted some callaloo or amaranth. All right. All right, let's put the net back on. All right, I need to put some on the. There is a papaya plant over here. See that papaya right there. And we have another one over here. I'm just gonna hurry up and put some right at the roots. Move it up so you can see the entire tree. Oops. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't hurt up your head. It's getting a little dark now. And I need to do the mango trees. We have two dwarf mango trees, one Julie and one East Indian. So let me get to them before it gets dark. Thank you for stopping by. And I thank you for your thumbs up. For those of you who are subscribed, well, thank you so much. See that little tree right there? That's the Julie. All right, I'm going to water the mango tree, and I also put some on the star apple tree. To get the hose over here. All right, I'm gonna water the star apple tree. Let me show you. Star apple tree right here. I have a East India mango I want to get to as well. And then another day, maybe tomorrow, I'll get to the rest of them. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your thumbs up. And go ahead, subscribe. You know you didn't subscribe. You might have thought you subscribed, but nope, you didn't. I wonder if I can get to the other papaya trees tonight. I'm gonna try. See what we can do. Oh, let's do this papaya tree that planted itself right here in the June plum bed. But it's a very healthy tree. So that's where it wants to grow. We'll take it right there. Put some by the June plum as well. The June plum is on its last harvest before it starts to, before it gets bare and then start growing leaves again. I'm standing right here in front of the herbs bed, and I'll leave that for another time. I'm gonna show you where the East Indian mango, a dwarf East Indian mango tree is right here. That's where I'm gonna put it. Okay, the sun is setting, but I got a lot done though. This is a papaya tree in a container. I'm gonna bring you over here. I walk into uh, walked into a cobweb. Look at this beautiful bunch of bananas. Yeah, and this is the papaya tree that's in the container, and it's blossoming. So I'm going to put some other manure on these seedlings as well. So let's get the hose. These will be the last set that I could do tonight. Trying to maneuver the hose. It's a long hose, you know. This is the East Indian mango, the dwarf. It's a dwarf tree. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've accomplished the task that I came out here to do, and that is to amend the soil with chicken manure. All the beds I needed to do, that was done. And was able to do some trees as well. I thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today. We talk about what needs to be done to chicken manure before you even think about using it in your garden. It must be cured or composted. If you use it in its raw state, it will burn up your plants. Never use chicken manure in its raw state. It will burn up your plants and you will lose your entire crop. Plus, the pathogen is dangerous. So to kill the pathogen, you need to cure it. Cure it with things like clippings, grass clippings, leaves, cardboard boxes, anything that breaks down. It helps to break down the pathogen that's in the manure so that it won't be harmful to you or your plants. So what I'm gonna do, well, I've washed those two tools already. But when you use something like that, wash off what you use. Don't put it back on other things. But once again, I want to thank you. The sun has set. A nice hue in the sky over there. I'll take you over there so you can see it before I sign off. Turn off this water before I forget. So let's go look at the sunset. Oh, it's almost gone. Beautiful pink and blue. Come over here. The sun has set. Yeah, 10 minutes ago, the sun set. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again. And I hope to see you next time, right here in the Charles Fort Lauderdale garden. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. Because remember, self-care is health care. All right? Have a great evening.